Car sales follow-up script from carsalesstory.com. How does your dealership handle follow-up? Is it all done by the individual salespeople, or is it run through a BDC? Most importantly, are you and your team trained to use an optimized car sales follow-up script? Crafting your car sales follow-up script. Without training and guidance, process, and procedure, your dealership is giving up car sales because humans are naturally lazy. You'll be relieved to hear that choosing the couch is only human. Humans are inherently lazy, which may be a trait left over from the ancestors' days conserving energy for the next hunt. This has implications, millennia later, to affect your business in the 21st century. Using optimized car sales follow-up scripts and strict processes, you can control for the natural tendencies of your workforce and yourself. Car sales follow-up is a daily battle for nearly every dealership in the world. In this article, we are going to cover some statistics from my store's internet department sales, Elise's car sales follow-up script, Porsche Fremont's car sales follow-up script, key conclusions, and solid processes to install at your dealer. So 4 parts. Starting with the right tools for the job. We are going to be jumping into specific car sales follow-up script examples below, and you will notice that they involve a significant number of phone calls. In order to maximize your effectiveness, I recommend a few products that can make this follow-up process significantly easier. Number 1, AirPods. Number 2, some other Bluetooth headsets. So I've got links in the article. That's going to make it a lot easier for you. Moving on to the anatomy of a sold car deal. Customers come to your dealership in a number of different avenues. While fresh ups and phone ups started as qualified customers, internet customers start the cycle as unqualified or uncontacted customers. You need to find out if an internet lead is real the first day it arrives. So I did a little bit of an audit of my May sales in order to see how long it took to actually make first contact. I dove into the car sales follow-up script used on these customers. Generally, we relied on a strong first response email template and numerous phone calls on the first day. The most pertinent information on this chart is the days to sold. These sales events took an average of 24.7 days to close. So if you go into the article, you can see the list of customers. I've taken their names out, but you can see how long it took them to close. You average it out, it's about 24 days. When I dove into these events from my store, I found one more revealing detail. All but one of these customers first responded to follow-up within 48 hours. So every single customer that I sold a car to in May responded to follow-up within 48 hours except for one. The one outlier took 50 hours to respond and bought after 30 days. So that's a bit of a lazier customer. But overall, you can kind of take away something from that. If you don't get in contact with them in the first 48 hours, you ain't going to sell them a car. This scares me. Are we missing the opportunity to sell cars to customers that take longer to respond? Where are those long-term unqualified sold customers? So that's the flip side, right? If you don't get in contact with them in the first 48 hours and they become long-term unqualified unqualified customers, where do they go? And what can you do to get them back? So some more details on these sold deals. How did these customers first get in contact with our dealership after putting in a lead? 10 of the 14 answered our emails, while 4 of them answered a phone call. None of them responded to our first response text message. So that shows you a little bit of the efficacy of different ways of contacting them. These are internet customers, so it makes sense. Emails are going to be best, but 4 of them, not an insignificant portion, so 30% about, answered a phone call. Now, 3 of the customers did some negotiation over text. They all opted in after speaking on the phone or via email. The cold text didn't seem to get any response, whereas the customers that had already had some contact seemed to be more receptive. So thinking about when you're going to send your text messages is important, because it seems like a lot of customers are not going to respond to a text out of the blue, but once you've made contact, they might be a little bit more receptive. So seems that while most of our internet customers wanted to talk via email, a significant chunk preferred the phone. I think the more revealing fact is the 24 plus day average to close a deal. This means that not only did the first response email need to be engaging, you had to get in contact within 48 hours, but the follow-up calls also needed to be regular and well executed, because it's going to take 24 days to sell them a car. You can't lose contact. Now, when a lead first gets placed with the dealer, contact needs to be made quickly and with polish. There are a few thought leaders in the automotive sector that focus on this part of the process. I am going to break down and analyze the key points made by some of the top Google-ranked follow-up experts. Car Sales Story now, in October, is actually one of those experts, but back when I wrote this in May, it was fledgling, I guess. Oh, it's all 5 months old now. So Elise Kephart at the time was ranking top 3 for everything to do with car sales follow-up. So I went and I did a deep dive into her 10 steps to responding to a customer. These were her 10 steps, and it might be a little easier to read this than to hear it, but I can still run you through it. So her first step was a phone call to make contact, introducing the dealership, thanking for interest, giving a reason to buy, sharing contact info, and setting expectation of follow-up, which I found really important. Number 2 was email a video that shows the vehicle. Number 3 was opt-in text message. Number 4 was postcard. Number 5 was call again using caller ID spoofing, which I go into later. Number 6 was email again, short email. Number 7 was call again using caller ID spoofing. Number 8 was email again, short email. Number 9 was call again using your number. Number 10 was email again, short email. That's a lot for one day. She breaks down this process into 4 parts of the day. So key points from Elise Kephart's car sales follow-up script. Elise brings 3 key innovations to her car sales follow-up script that I appreciate. Number 1 was the video message. The first video message can be an effective tool to share the visuals of the vehicle with a customer. It may be a strong way of differentiating your follow-up from other dealers and coming across as willing to contribute strong effort. So showing strong effort is a key part of selling anything because customers place value on salespeople that work hard. We get into that in a different article, but something to dive into. Now, the downside of sending a video message is twofold. First, it takes a lot of time. Second, let's just jump into the first. First. So the problem with especially if you're a large lot sending a video message, is you've got to find the car, rinse the car, park the car, film the car, edit the video, and upload the video. Hopefully you're doing a high definition video so the customer can actually see what you're showing them and not some 320p or something like that, which means it might take a few minutes to upload it, which is gonna take, realistically on a large lot, 30 minutes, right? Finding the car, that's 10 minutes to 20 minutes. Rinsing the car, that's 10 minutes. Parking the car, 3 minutes. Filming it, 5 minutes. Editing it, 5 minutes. Uploading the video, you get the picture. So 30 minutes. So that's a long time. So I think I broke this down into 2 parts. I said that I like the idea of video calls, a video, personalized video, if the customer clicks on a used car and you don't have a video of that used car on the website. But if it's a new car, I don't see as much value. During my audit above, I found that only 2 of the 9 customers ended up purchasing the vehicle they initially clicked on. Many of the sales events showed that after making contact, the customer explains that they clicked on a car in order to just make the first contact. So they weren't necessarily buying the car they clicked on most of the time. I mean, less than, just around 20 to 25% of the time. A little bit, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe sending a video, if it's a used car and you don't have a ton of photos up online, I think it shows effort. I think it's valuable. If you're a small dealer and you only have 1 lot to deal with and you can turn it around a video in 15 minutes and your cars are clean on the lot, sure. If it's a big dealership and it takes 30 minutes, I'm going to say probably not worth it. So let's jump into number 2 after talking about videos for a little bit. Her second thing that I thought was interesting was called caller ID spoofing, also called neighbor calling. This one is a great idea and gets my thumbs up. Although it should be handled with a light touch, the use of caller ID spoofing is a great way to make contact with a difficult to reach customer. Caller ID spoofing is essentially making the customer's phone see a different number than the number you're actually calling from. So this way the customer doesn't think that you're calling, the same person's calling over and over again, and they think different people are calling and they're more likely to pick up, especially because you call from the same zip code as their phone number. So if they're calling with a 415 area code and you're a, something else, 813, you can spoof it using some software to make your phone number look like 415, which thought is, and I think it works, customers more likely to pick it up. Now, does this build trust? I don't know. And the other thing for not doing this is, so building rapport and trust is important, and I don't know if this is necessarily the right direction. But on the other side, in addition to that rapport part of it, I want my customer to save my number and contact me whenever anyone they know wants a car. I want that referral business I talk about in a different article. The car sales guide to referral and repeat customers. And they're not going to do that if they have 4 different phone numbers for me, right? Because they might save the wrong number and then call me back and it never gets through. So 2 reasons why you might not want to do caller ID spoofing. I do think it has value. Try it out and see what it thinks. The third thing, now this was the smallest thing that she had, but I really liked it, was signing emails with sent from my iPhone, which is a little nugget of genius, I said. In the digital age of 30 plus emails per day, some customers getting 100 emails a day, cutting through the noise is difficult. This trick of adding sent from my iPhone to the end of a template is deviously clever because it makes templates not look like templates, essentially. You're going to send a lot of templates when you're doing your car sales follow-ups, following your car sales follow-up script. And if your templates look like templates, they get deleted. I know because I delete templates all the time that I can see from 24-Hour Fitness and Core Power Yoga and everybody that's sending templates to my email constantly because I had to sign up with an email. I just delete them and mark them spam. But if a dealership's following up and the template's like very obviously, hello, Andre. Thank you so much for making contact with Audi Stevens. I'm just going to delete it because it's just an automatic response. We get so many of those automated emails. So anything you can do to personalize your emails, and I think the sent from my iPhone, even though when you send it from your computer using a template, I think that's pretty clever. And I don't think it's really crossing any boundaries as far as rapport. So next thing I did was I jumped into Porsche's car sales follow-up script. I wanted to find an upscale dealership follow-up script, so I secret shopped a local Porsche dealer. I created a Gmail address at Steve Shin and put in a lead. Now, I actually still use this email, sign up for all kinds of spammy stuff, but Steve is now all over the internet. This time, I left a Google Voice number in the lead so I can find out their call schedule and hear the voicemail that they left me. I was curious to see if the Porsche dealer, who sells fewer cars but makes more per car, would have a better car sales follow-up script than a more volume-based dealership. I put in the lead at 8:26 a.m. Here are the results. 8:26 a.m. Automated first response. I thought the automated response was quite professional. Being automated, it was immediate, which I appreciated. I think everybody should have an automated first response. Customers are used to that. It shows that you're at least basic. You have a basic level of understanding of proper follow-up, and everybody knows it's automated. Nobody thinks that you're actually sending this, but it does provide important information, and so customers appreciate it. I know I do. So their email said, "Hello, Steve. Thank you for choosing Fletcher Jones Porsche of Fremont. Your request has been received. This is an automated after-hours response to advise you that we have received your request for information. Our internet specialist will contact you in a timely fashion. Meanwhile, you can visit us at PorscheFremont.com to review our exclusive preferred benefits. Rest assured that your buying experience with us will be 100% hassle-free. We look forward to speaking with you soon. Driven to excellence, Fletcher Jones, Porsche of Fremont." Only thing I would change would be the wording, which I would shift around to mention the internet manager that was going to reach out, who turned out to be this guy named Raj. So, 10:08 a.m., voicemail from salesperson. The timing was a bit disappointing on the voicemail. The store opened at 9, so I'd assumed that a call out should have been made in the first 15 minutes of opening. Pretty basic expectation. Regardless, here is what their car sales follow-up script said for them, translated by Google Voice. "Hi, good morning. This message is for Steve Shin. Steve, this is Raj with Porsche Fremont calling in regards to your interest in the Porsche Panamera Turbo. Please give me a call when you have a moment. Here's my number. Once again, here's my number. Thanks. Voicemail's content is decent, but could be improved. A better message would have mentioned a reason to buy, such as mentioning a special incentive or the limited nature of the vehicle. Anything you can say to kind of plant a seed of, hey, maybe I should get on this now sooner than later. First response from the salesperson at 10:25 a.m. Not sure why this obvious template took another 17 minutes to send, but I guess, yeah, it is what it is. So their template, I won't read you because it's pretty long that they send out, but it basically goes over the certificate discount and also the special perks of working with Fletcher Jones Owner Club, which you get if you buy a car there. So that is, I think, very, very cool. They had a whole list of things, including 12% discount on all parts and labors, shuttle service free to local places, pickup and delivery at your home or office for service, and we'll bring you a replacement car for free. 3 months wellness check for free, first year maintenance for free. I mean, these are all very cool little pluses that you might not get at other places. So I really liked a few things about this email. First thing I liked was the clear offer of a discount on the price of the car. So upfront discount, they offered 5%. Secondly, the $1,220 of extras was a nice touch. There is a clear value proposition that can help set the dealership apart. After this email, the car sales follow-up script fell apart, as I didn't receive any calls or emails until this. Day 4, 10:46 a.m. Only follow-up after first day. So this blows my mind, right? I'm trying to buy a $90,000 car. Well, I'm not actually. I'm pretending to want to buy a $90,000 car. And I got one voicemail, one automated template sent by the computer, one template sent by the customer, by the salesperson, and then 3 days of silence. But remember from our audit that we did, if you don't make contact in the first 48 hours, you're almost never going to sell them a car. So this salesperson, I guess, was so successful that they didn't need to do the follow-up, or they got busy or whatever, but completely, there's not even automated emails. There's not even a drip set up to poke me every day with a simple, quick email. Nothing. Just day 4. Only follow-up I received on the 4th day. Hello, Steve, and this is an email. Hello, Steve, as the e-commerce department manager, I'm checking on your experience. Has our team met your expectations? Is there anything I can do for you? Driven to excellence, David Saucedo, sales manager. Some phone numbers, which I didn't include. So that's it. No other follow-up, no more calls. For a customer interested in a $90,000 car, they sent one automated email, 2 templates, and called once. I was pretty disappointed. So, car sales follow-up script review. I think that while Elisa's program is a bit extreme, Porsche Fremont's is a bit lackluster. Both can be brought closer to the middle way. Utilizing the tips and tricks found in Elisa's program, I think you should utilize the tips and tricks found in Elisa's program, especially things like the sent from my iPhone, little things to set you apart, but don't drown the customer with your car sales follow-up script. What are your thoughts? What is your ideal car sales follow-up script? So that's a full article. It's only 11 minutes of reading. 11 minutes if you read it in your head. I guess 20 minutes if I read it out loud to you. Hopefully this provided some value for your day. If you can subscribe to my blog, whatever it is, to show that you're, finding some value from this, so I keep posting and keep making more content, I think that would help us both. And a little bit of review, since it's been 5 months since I wrote this, I think my thoughts haven't really changed. I'm actually finding value for myself, even for going back and auditing my sales again, see how we're doing. But the most pertinent part about this is the simple fact that you don't sell customers that you don't contact. You will not sell a car to a customer that you don't contact in the first 48 hours. So if your car sales follow-up script is 3 touches, an automated email, a personalized automated email, and a voicemail, and nothing for 3 more days, I can't imagine that you're going to be that successful. I really think you got to step your game up. You got to be contacting a couple of times a day. And I actually did a nice follow-up to this article, which I'll link below. Anyways, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed the article.